Hi, second graders. We're going to start reading from the one and only Ivan again. And I have a special friend that's listening to the story with me. Regan, can you say hi?
Hi.
All right. So she's going to sit down and listen on the chair. Right, Regan?
Yep.
And I'm going to read to you the one and only Ivan. All right, here we go. Punishment. I soon heard the humans can screech even louder than monkeys. After that, I was never allowed in the kitchen. Babies. Back in those days, the Big Top Mall was smaller. It had a pony ride, a wooden train that bustled around the parking lot, a few bewrangled parrots, and a surly spider monkey. But when Mac brought me, a baby gorilla dressed in a crisp tuxedo, to the mall, everything changed. People came from far and wide to have their pictures taken with me. They brought me blocks and a toy guitar. They held me on their laps. Once I even held a baby in mine. She was small and slippery. Bubbles flowed from her lips. She squeezed my fingers. Her rear was puffy with padding. Her legs bowed like bent twigs. We're going to make an inference here. We're going to use our schema plus what we know as we read this text. It says that her rear, which is her bottom, was puffy with padding. If you can make an inference, what do you think that is? What's that padding? Keep it in your mind. I made a face. She made a face. I grunted. She grunted. I was so afraid she would fall and that I squeezed her tightly, and her mother yanked her away. I wonder if my mother ever worried about dropping us. We always held on, but that's easier to do when your mother is furry. Human babies are an ugly lot, but their eyes are like our babies' eyes. Too big for their faces and for the world. Beds. One day, after many weeks of loud talking, Helen packed a bag and slammed the front door and never came back. I don't know why. I never know the why of humans. That night, I slept with Mac in his bed. My old nests were woven of leaves and sticks and shaped like a bathtub, cool green cocoons. Mac's bed, like mine, was flat, hot, without sticks or stars. Still, he made a sleeping sound like the rumble my father used to make when all was well, a sound from deep inside his belly. My place. Mac grew sullen. I grew bigger. I became what I was meant to be. Too large for chairs, too strong for hugs, too big for human life. I tried to stay calm, to move with dignity. I did my best to eat daintily. But human ways are hard to learn, especially when you're not a human. Daintily. Dainty is the base word of it, and it's got a suffix at the end, ly. Changes it. What does daintily mean? It says, I did my best to eat daintily. That's your word of today. What does daintily mean? Think about it. Look it up in a dictionary. Talk to mom and use it in a sentence. Maybe grandma knows it. Maybe grandpa knows it. Maybe dad knows it best. When I saw my new domain, I was thrilled, and who wouldn't have been? It had no furniture to break, no glasses to smash, no toilets to drop Mac's keys into. It even had a tire swing. I was relieved to have my own place. Somehow, I didn't realize I'd be here quite so long. Now I drink Pepsi, eat old apples, watch reruns on TV. But many days I forgot what I was supposed to be. Am I a human? Am I a gorilla? Humans have so many words more than they truly need. Still, they have no name for what I am. They showed a picture of his tire swing. 9,876 days. Ruby is finally asleep. I watch her chest rise and fall. Bob, too, is snoring. But my mind is still racing. Perhaps the first time ever I've been remembering. It's an odd story to remember, I have to admit. My story has a strange shape, a stunted beginning and an endless middle. I count all the days I've lived with humans. Gorillas count as well as anyone, although it's not particularly useful skill to have in the wild. I've forgotten so many things, and yet I always know precisely how many days I've been in my domain. I take one of the magic markers Julia gave me. I make an X, a small one, on my painted jungle wall. I make more X's and more. I make an X for every day with my life with humans. My marks look like this. The rest of the night I mark the days, and when I am done, my wall looks like this. It's his own way for doing math. and so on until there are 9,876 X's marching across my wall like a parade of ugly insects. Boys and girls, he did an X for every single one of those days. 9,876 of them. What would be a faster way that we can make the number 9,876? I challenge you to show me a quicker way that you know to make that number. And I challenge you to take a picture of it and send it back to me on Seesaw. I would love to see if you can figure out a way to do it quicker. Here's the number again. 9,876 X's. What's a faster way to show that number? With that, we are going to stop today. We read about 10 pages. I'm glad that I got to spend a few minutes reading with you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I can't wait to continue to see all those Seesaw posts. Remember, show me that number in a faster way than 9,876 X's. Until tomorrow, bye, second graders.